It is Thursday, July 6th. I'm Barbara. Welcome. Thank you so much for joining me in my bedhead. I'm still excited about my hair, even though it always looks better in the mirror than it does in the camera. I'm having cream in my coffee today. I'm waiting for my emulsifier to have more ghee. I'm also waiting to be better on my diet. To worry about it. Oh, I keep having these plans to kickstart this or do that or whatever, you know, if I just like buckle down, that would be the thing. I found these in my earring stash yesterday. These are among my favorites from years ago that I used to wear all the time. Turquoise. I like turquoise. And I think these would be okay with sweaters. Those little points aren't going to catch on anything much or do any damage to the sweater. So I am underdressed for the weather. We had a thunderstorm come through this morning about 7 o'clock. Pearl was not a happy camper. So everything is damp and wet, but it is cool, and I am cool. And if I didn't have a bum knee, I would have run upstairs and grabbed a sweater. But I'm not running up the stairs. I'm trying to avoid stairs, so I'm a little cool. A knitter who's a little cool. I could go grab my shawl. But anyway, yeah, so it must be, I would guess it's like 65 out here, maybe. I'm not sure, but it is not lovely. The sun is not shining. It's cloudy, but I can be outside. I hear the birds. We are under a flash flood watch until tomorrow morning, so I'm guessing there's more rain to come. I hear somebody. Oh, there's Pearl. Pearl sighting. Hey, puppy, do you want to have a close-up on our video this morning? No? Yeah, she's drinking the water from the dog plates. The dinner plates are still out here. There's some outdoor water is the best water. Oh, here comes Maisie. They're both gonna be vying for that yummy outdoor water. That gathered in the plate from the rain this morning. Did she leave you any, pup? No, she didn't, did she? Now she's here, licking herself. Good job. Right there on the internet. So I had a really, really nice time with my mother-in-law, and I think she really enjoyed herself a lot. She needed the break. We tried to be early so we could be sure to get a table, but we weren't quite as early as I wanted to be because I kept having technical difficulties. I had trouble getting my video off my phone, and I had trouble rendering my video. So you know, and I was trying to get it up before we left because, you know, I didn't want you to worry. Here's Maisie. Maisie. Nope, you're not gonna. Hey, where's your face? Give me your face. Nope. Nope. There's your face. Quit licking the table. Dopey. I wanted to get up so you didn't have to wait till after I got home, which is just as well, and I'll tell you why. So anyway, I was having technical difficulties, and so we got out of the house about 15 minutes late. So by the time we got to the restaurant, it was closer to 11:45, 10 of 12. Very full outside, but there was one table. I stopped the car. I said, go get that table and I'll go park. And we got it. So we had a really nice lunch. It was delicious, and we just sat there and said, oh, and it was absolutely stunning weather. We were so glad to be outside. And we just kept saying, oh, this is so much fun. We're here with other people. We can hear people talking. You know, just being out. It was the first time since lockdown that I was, you know, now none of them were close. Oh, I took a picture of her at lunch. I'll put it there. Nobody was close. The guy behind her was the closest person to us. And he had the cutest little puppy with him. It was so funny. Dogs are wrestling on the deck. That's why the earthquake this time. I'm not fixing the camera this time. So the tables were far away. The servers were wearing masks, of course. We wore masks until our food came. But it was so nice to just, you know, feel a little normal. I mean, I get it. People are protesting and unhappy because it's so not normal. So we had a very nice lunch and enjoyed every minute of being outside in the sun and in the shade but so beautiful, so beautiful. So then we went to Target and we did some shopping. She's not so steady on her legs, but she likes a shopping cart. If she's got a shopping cart, she's fine. So we took a shopping cart around and we got carts and we got Sammy's dresses, which I forgot to bring out here. I was going to show you. Now my instructions were bright dresses, anything trolls or princess is good. Ooh, I got a sneeze. I'm sorry. So one matches that and one maybe quite doesn't. Guess which one this matches. My Christy would have loved this dress when she was 4. She loved dresses too, and fancier the better. So this has a lot of sparkle on it. And this skirt. Oh, I may have to go get a tissue. Isn't that sweet? So anyway, she'll love this one. Now the other one doesn't quite match. I don't know what I was thinking, but except that I liked it. So I'm going to send the receipt. We went to Target. They have a Target down there. Send the receipt. And if this is not bright enough, which it's not very bright. Isn't this cute? 2 tiers of flounce. But the thing that you're not seeing very well is it's got stripes of sparkle in it. So it does have sparkle. And some of the sparkle has color and some of the sparkle is silver. So there's like a pink sparkle and a silver sparkle. So the sparkle may be enough. If it's not, then she can go pick out a new one. She can go shopping for a new one. And someone suggested I give the granddaughters some money so that they can go. And so I might put $10 in. But see that sparkle? So anyway, with that 2-tiered flounce. But it isn't bright. It isn't bright. But I love this detail here. So anyway, this is what I got. We're sending a couple books from our book stash. I'm going to send a couple books from our book stash. And I'll put a little note, Mommy, you know, here's the receipt if you want to exchange these. I didn't get a gift receipt. Do they even do that at Target? I don't know. But I just got the receipt, so. But they have a Target, and anyway. So that was fun. Yeah, my Christy would have loved that yellow dress. She might still love it, right, Chris? She was so sweet. I was looking at Twitter today, and I'll try to pull off the picture. She did an embroidery of the death of Harold from the Bayou Tapestry. She said that she wanted to embroider because she was interested in doing scenes from the Bayou Tapestry. And my behold that I made for Rich, that you know, tower and the knights and things, those were from the Bayou Tapestry. I didn't realize it at the time. But anyway, so she did the death of King Harold, and somebody asked her how she got started, and she said, oh, my mother's a fiber artist. Wasn't that sweet? My mother is a fiber artist, and she started cross-stitching last year, and I was inspired. But she didn't want to cross-stitch. But I'm being inspired by her freehand embroidery. She's talking about, she has a channel on YouTube where she did one thing with sourdough bread, but she's thinking about turning it into like an embroidery channel. And I'll definitely watch that and see the different embroidery stitches and stuff. The shield is done with a stitch called the Bayou stitch that the nuns or whoever it was who did that tapestry developed to do a lot of fill-in work without using tons of thread. So you can imagine back then, whenever this was done, probably in the Middle Ages, you know, they had to spin all their thread before they could embroider. And so anyway, it doesn't use a lot of thread, but it has full coverage, and it's a nice texture. So anyway, making me think maybe I want to try freehand embroidery. But then, you know, that's when, if you're an artist or not, starts to come out, because you're not buying someone else's pattern. You're not, you know, you're like, I mean, she's done all kinds of stuff. She just posted some, she's done a lot of landscapes and things like that. In fact, she's just gotten herself a needle felting kit because she wants to needle felt landscapes, like 2-dimensional pieces. You know, I have a troll needle felting kit that I haven't done yet, that I'm, you know, working on getting up to starting to try needle felting. I've had it for years. But she's doing it flat, you know, 2-dimensional as a landscape. So anyway, but that made me smile. My mother's a fiber artist. She's so sweet. So anyway, so we had a lovely, lovely day out. Our lunch didn't take, you know, we were about an hour eating and talking and, you know, whatever. And then we found the dresses pretty quickly, and so we were, you know, I was talking, and I said, I told Dennis I thought we would be home around 2, and she said, oh, I told Garland 3. I'm like, okay, why don't we go and, you know, the Target has a Starbucks, why don't we go and have a cup of coffee? And afterwards, you know, like extend our outing a little bit. And we thought that was a good idea, but the Starbucks and Target had no seating, which, you know, we didn't really want to sit inside anyway. But there's a standalone Starbucks across the street, which I thought might have outdoor seating. No, their doors were locked. You had to go through the drive-thru if you wanted coffee. And so I thought, okay, so we were headed home, and then there's a breakfast lunch place that I could see had tables outside, umbrellas, and I thought I saw an empty table when we drove by, so we turned around and went back and had a cup of coffee outside on a very lovely deck, and just sat and had a cup of coffee and a conversation, some more conversation, and just spent a little more time together, not at home, and without worrying because Dennis was there. So that worked out great. Although apparently he had his noise-canceling headphones on while my father-in-law was listening to Fox News, and he didn't hear the phone ring, and so his dad had to get up and answer the phone. It was the wrong number. He could never let it go. Yeah, you always have to answer your phone in their house, and you have to get the mail every day. These are imperatives. So Ora didn't have to worry about Garland, and so we could enjoy our day. And so we stretched it out a little bit, but not too much. I mean, we were there by 20 after 2. So, but she got out of the house. We need to do that more often, even if it's just, you know, I told her, you know, I'll go and play gin with Garland, and she and Dennis can, you know, go to the Amish store and things like that. She doesn't have to drag him along, and she can be out and spend some time with Dennis, because I think Dennis would like that, and I think she would like that too. So do that more often. She needs to get out more often. I mean, it's been really hard in Corona time. We used to go out twice a month at least for lunch and go to the Goodwill or go run errands or whatever, just get her out of the house. But Garland was doing better then, so she wasn't quite as worried about him. Back in the day. But he's deteriorating. He's 103. Making it tougher, you know. But it's also harder on her now, so she needs to get out. So we'll make a plan for that to happen. So then the other excitement of the day was 4:30 the power went out. Dennis was just in the middle. He had just heated the pan to make himself an omelet for dinner. The eggs were just in, the power was out. Luckily there was enough residual heat on the stove and in the pan for him to finish his omelet making. But bright sunny day, no wind, beautiful day, no obvious reason why our power should be out. They, you know, Dennis is on their system apparently of alerts, and they said, oh yeah, you have a power outage, looks like midnight to come back. So he went out and pulled out the generator and started the generator, but the stove isn't on the generator. Our generator is relatively small, but our water is, the microwave is. We try not to do too much, you know, to stress the generator. But so I missed my knit night. But I was able to sit there and work on my boxy for my niece. So I got at least 1.5 inches done on my boxy yesterday. I did not work on my stitching. Ooh, ooh, the sun. It is gorgeous out here, really. Now, with all it takes is a little sun and it suddenly feels better. It is cool though. If I sit out here, I might have to go get a sweater. Isn't that fun? I have so many summer sweaters I haven't worn yet. I might have to wear a sweater. So as it turns out, the electricity came back on around 9:30. And which was, you know, timing, because Dennis had just come in from the garage after having added more gasoline to the generator. It probably doesn't matter because he has to siphon the gas out of the generator and run it dry every time, so it doesn't sit there with gas in it, because it can be months or a year before we use it again and gasoline goes bad. So you don't want gas sitting in your generator. But it started right up, so we were very happy about that. So we were, luckily it wasn't hot, and you know, we have enough power to put on lights, and you know, we spent much of that time outside, because we were outside, you know, eating and what, you know, whatever, when the power went out. So we just stayed outside for quite a while because it was nice out. Until it got dark. But I did notice our family room is right here in our kitchen. And it was bright, sunny, lovely out here. And we're facing east. This room faces east. And so in the summer, it's perfect to have the deck here because the sun sets behind the house, and so it's shaded and it's much more comfortable in the evenings in the summer because the deck is on the east side of the house. But it was very obvious. I mean, and I know this, I've lived in this house for 19 years coming up. You walk in the house and it was dark. It was really, really dark. It's really dark in our family room. It's dark in our kitchen on a bright, sunny afternoon. And I said to Dennis, one thing, you know, if we ever manage to build our dream retirement house on our property next door, I want to, even though I do want the family room to be on the east side because that's where I want the deck and, you know, whatever, I want to figure out a way to get more light in that room because ours is so dark. So we're going to make sure we have tall windows, lots of tall windows, to let whatever light in we can. Because it's pretty obvious when you don't have any power and you walk in and it's all dark at 5 o'clock when it's bright and sunny and beautiful outside, then you know you're not getting enough natural light into your life. So anyway, for whatever that's worth. Yeah, the whole idea of building the house has been obviously put on hold. My sister was saying, oh, you should plan it, you know, whatever, but I just don't have the energy. Other than that struck me as like something to add to our list of things to think about, because it was pretty dark in there considering it was bright daylight. So I did have some happy mail yesterday. I got a project. You know, I was complaining I didn't have any big bags, and then I saw this. I follow this guy. This is the Bearded Pearl. His Etsy shop is called the Bearded Pearl. Bearded Pearl. And his name is Caleb, and you can find him on Instagram as Close to Amish, and he has a podcast, which I've seen a couple episodes of. He seems like a really sweet guy. But this has a nice bright interior. I do like a light interior, because then you can find things. And it's like gray, but it's like a canvasy, stiff material. And then the purple on the bottom. Anyway, it's kind of a classy looking bag. I'm liking a classy bag lately for a big project. Now, I might transfer my shawl project into this because it's in a it's in a bag that I can't zip. And lately with my dog discovering how much she likes yarn, being able to zip is a good thing. Got a plane overhead. So that was fun mail. That's all the mail I am expecting. You've seen all my lovely mail. And yeah, with the sun out, it's much nicer out here. If I only had some sleeves on, it would be perfect. So that was our adventures yesterday. It was a little bit stressful. So Dennis has some work today, removing the gasoline from the generator, putting everything in the garage bag because it gets a little buried because we don't use it that often, because it has to come out of the garage because it runs on gasoline, so you can't run it in the garage. You have to bring it out or close to the open door. Although if we have a flash flood watch going on for the next 24 hours, they are expecting weather. And since we don't know why our power was out, we might want to put that off until tomorrow. I might mention it to him. But I work on my projects today, and I'm going to try to clean a little bit. My knee was bugging me a little bit yesterday, but this morning it feels okay. Not a good night's sleep though. But I'll take my pills, and then the house is looking a pretty wreck. Starting to bug me, which means I need to start working on it. We shall see what happens. The minute I say I want to do something, that's when I'm like, no, I don't want to. You can't make me. When you do that to yourself, it's so bizarre. All right, there's a Maisie Daisy. Hey, puppy, get off of my new bag. It doesn't even have any yarn in it. And there's Pearl down there. So I have my girls with me. So we will say goodbye. I hope you are well. Thank you so much for joining me. I really, really appreciate it. Oh, and you can notice I did not get my shed power washed. I think we could do that ourselves with a brush, and I don't know about the siding, but those doors are like particle board. I would not want to have them power washed because I think they might just disintegrate. So that's why that doesn't look good. The house looks pretty good. So, but we did end up with water in the basement, so we have more work to do in that area. Right, girls? All right, so that's it. All the news. Thank you so much for joining me. I will see you tomorrow. Stay safe and stay sane.